Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus once again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people, the voice of love. What I want to share with you now, ladies and gentlemen, is not a sermon per se, or any specific message that has to do with religion, or having to do with things that you consider biblical. But it's a little bit of a testimony of experience of my life that has led to what I consider a wonderful life. And I'd like to share it with you for whatever benefit you might get out of it. And the subject matter that I have given this is, I have had my fun. If I don't get well, no more. Again, I don't have a monitor, and I have made some notes so I wouldn't waste time repeating myself. And so if I get a little sidetracked sometime by having to repeat myself here because I misread it, I ask that you will put up with it and know that I'm just a man just like you. I have had my fun. If I don't get well, no more. This late in my life, I know my life has been great, fun, and with no regrets. In elementary and high school, I had the best friends, and I'm crazy about them all. Those still around and those that have gone on, including my friend Boolum. I think the name was William Coleman, and Leonard James, and Simp, you know Simp, and Thelma, and BB, and there are two others, or two situations, should I say, that stands out. One, I was singing with a rhythm and blues band called the Royals, and Brown Lee Keys, a friend of mine. We used to go to movies on Friday nights at Mississippi Valley State. And Brown Lee had the car, so if we had any special business to take care of, Brown Lee would allow us to use it. But this particular night, I was supposed to use the car. Brown Lee didn't show up. That's been 51 years ago, and I remember it as if it was just last night. But you know what? I'm glad that he didn't show up. My siblings and my aunts and uncles and cousins, we loved each other. One of my uncles, Nathaniel Jackson, we would hang out together under our grandmother and great-grandmother's plum trees on Saturday evenings after returning from the cotton fields in Mississippi. Once he told me he had seen a girl at a Mandela High School that sent chills through all of his body every time he saw her. He wanted me to introduce him, but he was very shy. So shy, in fact, that after he chickened out meeting her, he begged me to talk to her for myself. He could stand thinking of me being with her, but he could not stand thinking of someone else. Yes, we sit under those plum trees, dreaming about times such as today, eating ice cream and cookies and drinking Kool-Aid. Some of you can, I'm sure, share some similar memories. My college years were wonderful at Alcorn State. Friendships, music, music. A gentleman by the name of Russell Baxter helped several of my friends and I get scholarships. Otherwise, we might have ended up as migrant workers in the tobacco fields of North Carolina. My other passion was theater. One production I remember called it Five on the Black Hand Side. And I played the part of the role of a blues singer, old and dying. But I would always say, I've had my fun if I don't get well anymore. Now, if that statement came from a different production, you guys have to please forgive me. That's been quite some time ago. After college, I ended up in Chicago, married to a college sweetheart. I worked as a benefits counselor for the Veterans Administration and moonlighted as an entertainer at nightclubs and bars throughout the city of Chicago. But 10 years of this and a divorce, I ended up in the United States Navy. After 2 years having endured a divorce and serving under the Commander-in-Chief of Ronald Reagan, and his policies brought me to a rude awakening. Something was terribly wrong. The treatment of people toward one another and government response to its citizens, as well as association with foreign powers, I found comfort in a new relationship, a relationship with God. Court-martialed and given time in the Briggs while in the Philippines, my relationship with God was phenomenal, and I mean phenomenal. I was alone, but joy unspeakable. I desired to receive other than honorable separation as certification of my resisting the system and establishing my commitment to render service unto God. This part you should already know about. I've shared that with you any number of times, and if you're curious about what I'm leaving out, just go back to some of the videos that I've had posted, and I'm sure you will find answer to many, many of these situations. Now, my main reason for this particular posting is reflecting on death. Reflecting on death, something that each of us will have to face one day. My sister at the age of 18 or 19, my brother 17 and cousin 19 murdered by rednecks, and my nephew murdered. Then focusing on men like Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, Jackie Wilson, Jimi Hendrix, Teddy Pendergrass, Luther Vandross, Barry White, Bernie Mac, James Brown, Michael Jackson, Prince, just to name a few. Men who had so much going on in their lives. Careers, money and fame, and I'm sure, without a doubt, an uncanny desire to live. But who am I that I would desire life at all costs? I, like them, have recognized my calling in life to speak and give voice to the public about God and God's love for them and the power they hold to change the world to heaven on earth. Of this fact, 40 years have been committed, and there is nothing new to say. And men act when they are ready. In the meantime, their pains and sufferings become mine at a time when I have no control over them. I advocate freedom and peace, and prosperity and happiness and joy of life through the fulfillment of dreams. I cannot experience this while they suffer under the authority of ignorance and fear. Thus, life has lost its flavor for me. They have what I was given. I can do no more. To me, this is hell, and I am not its friend. I reject it. It is not for me. I don't want anyone's heart or kidney or other organs. And I don't want to live rich amongst the people. And so I say, I've had my fun if I don't get well anymore. When what I was given has served me well, it has. So I thank it, all my known family. I thank my friends and people of the world and God. I really thank you. When the campaign for U.S. President in 2016, the great number of wannabes in the Republican Party represented a ball of confusion. The most confusing one, and has for the past 2.5 years spawned nothing but more confusion. The 2020 campaign has repeated and is repeating the same action of that of the Republican Party. A big ball of confusion. Looking for ideas, but more importantly, for one that can beat Trump. This means one that can cause as much or more confusion, but in the direction of the Democrats. Either outcome means a continuation of hell in America. Some are calling for blacks to pack up and leave America. But why do people avoid the solutions? What is that solution? Recognizing God for yourselves and standing up, giving life to that version of God. A God, my friends, that you do not have to apologize for. No one can condemn it because of his wonderfulness. And it has no need to be ashamed. And it's so real, my friends, that any of you who find it will gladly give up your life to get out of this hell. And you will never, ever kill anyone. Now that is a point in life that no fake person will ever take, because everyone wants to live, everyone, except those who do not want to live in hell. Now that is the absolute truth. I want to thank you so very much for giving me this your time. And I say to you once again, all of you who know me, all of those of you who will get to know me because of this moment, I want you to know this. I've had my fun. If I don't get well, no more. Thank you.